So I want to talk a little bit more about this new maze set. So in honor of Halloween, we're going to be releasing our double deck box tomorrow on Market Watch. You'll be able to pick one of these up, cheapest prices that you've seen. And of course, these come with dividers so that you'll be able to have these for your deck experience. Very important to have those. And of course, what you do get is actually, I think, one of my more ambitious projects that we've had. These are made by Armor Corgi, which actually was very, very cool. We were their second box ever. So I'll leave a link down below so you guys can pick this up on Market Watch tomorrow at 6 a.m. And so, we got a new maze set announced yesterday, and Bones is finally going to be getting some much needed recognition as an actual character. And honestly, I'm liking the idea of what Konami's been doing here. They've been going through what feels like a lot of all of the old Battle City characters, and it feels like they're kind of fleshing them out a little bit. Because let's be honest here, if you looked at the way that old Battle City and old Duelist Kingdom was, and you look at a lot of these old things, I mean, a lot of the way that these characters played their cards was bullshit. I mean, you really did not... They made up the rules. I mean, look, giant soldier attacking the moon, forcing out the tide, rip water monster. I mean, okay, I mean, there's some science to that, yes, and that's really cool, but how does that actually impact a duel? Well, I mean, Bones was able to use all of these zombie tricks from the field spell that they had and the advantage. And it was crazy to kind of think about, these sorts of things getting turned into actual archetypes 25 years later is awesome. Now, this does give me hope. I mean, I've been over the, we all want to see, some masked beast support. I mean, I've been rambling on about that for years. We do want to see the armor cards as well. I think the reason why we haven't got the armor cards is just simply, in order to make the armor cards become a reality, you have to make so many different cards. There's more armor cards that you have to produce than fossil cards. And that kind of says something, actually, because holy crap, that is a lot of remaking and a lot of just... You have to print at least 20 to 30 cards. And I don't think Konami, that kind of goes against their current philosophy in the design space, just based on the number of cards that, looks like these archetypes actually get with their production. So, Bones was a fantastic option. If you are looking at wanting to pick this setup not because of Bones, there is so much other crap within this set. Now, realistically, there's a couple of things that are a little bit telling about this set that's worrisome, because 3 weeks before this is Burst Protocol. You are going to have two very big sets back to back within February. And I get it's tax time and things like that, but that's a lot of, potential income you're going to have to dump between a 3 to 4 week span. Now, luckily, I mean, pre-sales will probably kick up in the beginning or middle of January. So, I mean, you will have a little bit of cool down time, I would hope, between this. But, I mean, Burst Protocol's already going to, bang you on the head for the crowns. You're going to have to come on over here, and it's like, all right, well, do I want Illusion Gates for the side deck so that I can get access to that brokenness? And then if you're a Dark Magician or a Hero player, you're going to get bonked too. The cool thing about this set, though, is it's a lot more casual-oriented, I feel like, because Dark Magician and Hero cards, no matter in what capacity that you put them in, they're going to sell people. And that's a little bit worrisome to this, because then, you kind of got the floating price point on your hand. It's like, all right, well, is Maze of the Master going to be this good set or not? And I think realistically, because of the Dark Magician stuff being so splashable, you guys truly have seen nothing unfun yet until you're looking at these stupid pile decks coming to fruition, and then suddenly, you're going through this this stupid extensive combo line, and you're just like, oh, by the way, so I can stop by this Shining Sark, deploy this Dark Magician Girl. The cool thing is also with the Diabell Star package, you can splash in the Shining Sark stuff, and you basically get an entire extra chunk of value out of it. Converting a Diabell Star into this to get a stupid Dark Dragoon on the field for, having Sylvia and it on the field does buffer down the deck. But with no additional support right now, the deck still kind of just remains in limbo. I guess that's another thing to think about, too, with this set, with the Dark Magician package, for Shining Sark being something that you just get to include into the deck for really no reason. Are we going to see a Dark Magician Girl reprint? Because that's going to be another real question over the next couple of weeks as, we kind of get progressively further along with this. Is the Dark Magician Girl Shining Sark going to go up in price? Yes or no? Are we going to see a reprint for that in this set? Because they might make you wait until tins for that, which means, realistically, you might want to pick that up sooner than later, but I don't know. It's a coin flip at this point. We do not know if Konami is going to want to reprint this within that set, or if they're going to hold it. And at that stage, I guess they could just toss it into the set and go, all right, cool, here's this, but that's interesting. Also, in terms of meta impact for this, I think the Dark Magician package will do something. Illusion Gate is not a card that you should be laughing at and thinking it's terrible, because it is not. Especially when Thrust is a card and it's a normal spell. Trust me, I have seen it enough, man. I have seen where the BS actually comes down and it actually can ruin your day. So that is something to think about. Outside of that, this set has a lot of the most random cards in it. Now, obviously, they have to kind of play catch up with us right now with the OCG. And I think after this set's done, minus Premium Pack and minus, what's coming down here in the future, there is a pretty big lack of remaining cards that Konami can actually pull out and market with. And that is, I'm not going to say that's an issue or anything, but it's pretty interesting just to kind of take a look that post after this set, they have to set us up with what's to come, but it really does look like we are catching up yet again. We've had the concept of, are we going to, synchronize with the OCG? And I don't really think that's going to be a case at this point. I don't think that they can do it, but they can produce the Chronicles decks for the simultaneous releases, and so forth. My questions now remain, we don't know how the full arts are going to interact with the TCG. They did say that they are coming sooner than later. And there's that. Outside of that, Drawbread is impactful. You're going to have some Archfiend support in here, which is going to be good. Minkanko is a really, really solid strategy. If you're a rogue player, okay, Minkanko is going to be great for you because you're going to get this damage reflection on your opponent that is going to feel a little bit unfair. It's kind of cool to see that the deck is kind of reclaiming its throne back away from Yubel, because if you'd paid a little bit of attention, the deck was fighting with Yubel about a year ago. Obviously, Yubel fell off a cliff with all of its limitations, which was super sad to see, but that's not much of a problem. You kind of have to factor in that was bound to happen, because both decks kind of do the same thing. The only difference is one's got a lot more Fiend options available to it than kind of what the average deck should be having. So that was a little bit of an interesting dilemma that we were kind of seeing within the meta space was, the fact that this deck gets all of this extra stuff, does it make it better? I mean, not necessarily. Bones has to be the hard carry for this set besides the casual hero players and the Dark Magician players who are going to be eating up most of the high rarity slots for this set. There's no chibi stuff within this set, which is actually, I think, kind of welcoming. Though I am kind of curious now that it feels like we've slowed down on some of these set releases, you know, where we're going to go from here. Because there is a lot to be thinking about. And I am kind of curious how the future is going to go for this new maze set. So what do you think? Are you excited for this set? Please leave a comment down below so you guys are prepared. I want to read your guys' thoughts. And you guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.